Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are here in the office of Professor M.K. Mughal, the pioneer and founder of Khurshid International College. And today we have a very, very historic gathering, 25 years celebration of Khurshid International College. And the time has passed on, and I was present at the inauguration of Khurshid International College when Federal Minister General Majid Malik inaugurated in 1998, 29th March. The foundation stone is pasted just in front of the college. Professor Mughal Sahab, time has passed 25 years, very long time.
Baba Sahab, if I look back and I recall the time, it looks as if it is just few days back we had started it. But Alhamdulillah, 25 years is a long time, and it was the best period of my life I spent. When I started with the name of Allah, I had fully trust in Allah that I'm going to have my mission complete one day, and that date has come today when I feel so happy and excited.
And I remembered we first published your advertisement in Dhan Chakwal that Khurshid International is going to be launched, and people ridiculed. And there are professors of the day.
There were so many people, including my good friends who were in the education. They were telling me that you are a fool. You have gone so outside the city. Who will come to you for study? I told them the good institutions are always outside cities, and people who love education, they do come wherever it is because they would like to see the standard of the education and who is there as the head of the institution. That matters a lot.
Sir, Professor Mughal Sahab, it was definitely a historic day in the history of Chakwal. 25 long years, definitely full of struggle and full of achievement at the same time. And we, the people of Chakwal, need the people of Pakistan, need you in every department of life here in Pakistan. So there is what sort of difficulty you thought that it is almost unsurmountable, and maybe it frightened you as well, it chilled you as well. But ultimately, by the grace of God, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and by your great struggle, you overcame that. And today, obviously, it is something very unique here in Chakwal. And what do you think was the biggest sort of hurdle on your way to this sort of stage?
Well, whenever somebody starts a new mission, a new start of anything, I mean even other than education, there are problems, there are hurdles. What to talk of education, because mine was the first private sector educational campus. I had come from outside after long experience in different countries, but I didn't have any idea of Chakwal, nor I have been studying in Chakwal, nor I had lived in Chakwal. But my mission was to teach the kids of Chakwal and the surrounding areas, because I personally belong to a village here, and by virtue of my early education and difficulties, my village name is Thanil Kamal. It's almost 35 kilometers from Chakwal, and I had the mission during even my childhood, because I was passing through very difficult moments of my life. I said, whenever I will have a chance of my life, I will open my institution, my school, where I could be able to help out all those students, boys and girls, who are passing through as I had passed through in my childhood.
And this idea comes from the sky school idea, and this land is, in our Dhani language, is the Khundar. And you dwelt this land, how you manage and
when I used to think in my heart of heart that I will make a school, but then I had no money. When I would look inside, I used to laugh, how can it be possible? Because money makes everything. But luckily, I had sent my eldest son, Khurshid, to America for the studies of computer, because that was his aim. And I got the visa from Muscat and sent him. I paid his fees for almost 5 years because my salary was too good in Muscat. So after 5 years, when he was on job, He had a very good job. He used to get $200 per hour as a contract. Then he asked me, Father, now you can go back and you can carry on your mission.
And he pay back your money, that money, and you able to make this institution.
Since I had served Muscat for 16 years,
16 years.
the rule is whenever you leave, you get the gratuity of 1 month salary of each year. So I had 16 years salary plus other benefits, and at the same time my son told me that I'm going to send you money, you better go. But even then, since I have never been able to take anything from anybody in my life, always giving to others, I wrote him a letter.
Very good.
But Professor Sahab, you must tell us when you are at Cadet College Pataro,
Yes.
the starret student, and what do you think?
As I told you in my speech, I couldn't get good education in good schools and good institutions, but I've been lucky enough by the grace of Allah that I got the job in Cadet College Pataro, which is in Sindh, and it used to cater Sindh and Balochistan students. So I joined English department, and there were many students. All of them were from elite society, and one of them was the ex-president of Pakistan,
Asif Ali
Zardari. We Patarian whenever meet, we laugh at and we say, how come?
The other two friends.
The other two friends, Dr. Asim Hussain and Dr. Mirza, they were
And
three.
Dr. Asam accent.
Dr. Asim was looked after by his grandfather, whose hospitals were there in Clifton. Comparatively, he was a better boy, but then he got spoiled because of the Zari later on. And Dr. Mirza, first they were two good friends. Later on,
But you have not the honor that you are the teacher of Asaf Ali Zardari.
I do.
President of Pakistan.
I do feel honored, but I don't feel that proud because the way we taught and the way Pataro goes, he didn't turn out to be like that.
And last question.
Is it the Pataro Cadet College, or is it like the Oman educational institution which has motivated you to start such a decent and such a high standard school in an underdeveloped area?
For your information, it is not only Pataro and Sultanate Oman Muscat. Before that, I used to be on deputation to Algeria. Government had sent me in 1970 4 lecturers from West Pakistan, 4 from East Pakistan. I was the most junior to be selected, and I served there for 3 years. Then I was recalled back by Pataro, stayed 2 years, and then I was sent to Tanzania and other African countries. So total my experience outside country is 24 years plus Pataro. So all that, wherever I served, wherever I taught, I have been getting very good institutions, good places to teach, and then at the same time, I had diploma from UK. I went there and I got the diploma in teaching of English.
Professor Sahab, for the last time, and 95% education literacy rate in Chakwal. And this is the hub of Khurshid International is now in the hub of city, school, and Sara. This area. University of Chakwal is there. Dr. Bilal is telling that take off.
Yes.
University of Chakwal.
You are very right.
And what do you see in the next 10 to 20 years?
Baba Sahab, you are very right. You are very right. But when I started 25 years back, I started girls' college.
Yeah.
Because at that time there was no girls' college as such, only one government college, which was not enough to cater. So the girls either used to go to Satellite Town or to Jhelum or to Lahore. And for poor girls, it wasn't even imaginable. They couldn't think of getting education after matric. I provided them education up to FSc and then BSc. And most of them are now in practical life, either teaching or doctors or other professionals. I'm so proud. They are even in Canada, in America, in Sweden, in Australia. My Khurshidis are everywhere in the world, in all professions.
And last, Al-Baruni in his research declared
Yes.
that Chakwal is the center of the earth. And I explained it
Yes.
that it is the capital of the whole
Yes.
world. What do you think?
Chakwal, mashallah, has so many other privileges. There have been many historical people who have been coming to Chakwal, stayed in Kahar. Either they were the invaders, or they were conquerors, or they were Sufis, whatever. But they had to pass through this area before going to Delhi and to other places in United India at that time.
Right.
So Chakwal is very fertile. People of Chakwal have been in forces in other places, and they have been strong mentally and physically,
Oh, yeah.
and they performed very disciplined life wherever they got the chances.
Thank you very much, Professor Saab, and we wish another 10 to 20 years more excellence for Khurshid International
I'm
College.
so
in the
grateful
future.
to you, Baba Saab, and
University of this one, Khurshidian
all of you.
University.
And I can proudly say that Chakwal, in Chakwal, Khurshid International has contributed the maximum share of education in giving to the children of Chakwal,
Wow.
or very successful because I had my own ideas of education. I did not like the education, just teach and be able to like a clerk. No,
Oh, yeah.
I gave them the proper education, what I had learned from outside. I practically exercised that in my institution.
Thank you very much. Darvesh Abdul Ghalib Khwaja Nanial, we had a good time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all of you.